Alright, so I've got my onions sauteing in just a little bit of olive oil. I'm going to grab my spatula here. Alright. We are going to make some taco mac. It's really, really yummy. It's one of my favorite things to do, and one of my favorite dishes to make. And I kind of eyeball it, but I'll put a similar recipe in the comments or in the description box below, and that way you guys can follow the recipe. I'm going to go ahead and add I have some chopped bell peppers. I'll add about half a cup of those. Just kind of till it gets, turn that up a little bit. And a lot of times I'll chop my vegetables up ahead of time, and I will put them in Ziploc baggies and label them and freeze them in my freezer. And when I need them for a recipe, I'll just go ahead and put them into my recipe. A very easy tip that works great. So we're going to let these go for a little bit till they start to get a little bit soft. And then we'll add the ground beef and we'll go from there. I'll be right back. Alright, so this is kind of getting soft now. My bell peppers and my onions. I'm going to go ahead and add my 1 pound of ground beef. And I am using 93% lean. I try to use lean meat. If you can use whatever you want. You might just have to drain it, but this doesn't do too bad as far as fat and grease. Let me wash my hands. We're just going to cook this till the meat's all brown and no longer pink. I'll be back with you on the next step. Alright, so we are going to go on to the next step, which we've got the meat cooked through now. I'm going to go ahead and add some mushrooms. That's optional. You don't have to add these, but I like mushrooms in mine. And I just bought these at the produce, in my local produce, and then I take them home and throw them in a Ziploc bag and freeze them. You can buy frozen mushrooms in the store. You can buy the canned mushrooms, or you can slice them up fresh, put them in. However you want to do it. It's your recipe. You do what you want. I just kind of add stuff how I want to do it and cook it accordingly. Some days I add mushrooms, some days I don't. Just really depends on what I'm in the mood for. And that's probably the same with you. When you do a recipe, you probably add additional stuff if you like it. Or if you're not in the mood for jalapenos in a recipe, you don't add them, you know. We all do that. So it's according to how you want to do it. Just have fun with it. I mean, if it don't turn out the way you want, you can always do it better next time. Recipes are pretty forgiving. Most are. But I've kind of missed cooking for other people, but I enjoy cooking, so I get to just cook when I want, and I'm trying to film when I do now, so I can kind of show you what I'm doing, and you guys can eat similar things or try similar things that I eat. These are pretty simple recipes. Alright, so I think I'm going to go ahead and add my seasoning now. And just for my seasoning, I'm going to add some Italian seasoning. And I'm going to add about the equivalent to a packet of taco seasoning. I'm just going to eyeball it, but if you was using or going by a recipe, you would just add a packet. That looks good. And just kind of okay. Looks really yummy. Oh, it smells good too. Okay. I get everything incorporated. Let me add my tomatoes. I'm using one 14.5-ounce can of stewed tomatoes. So you can use diced tomatoes, whatever you want, but I'm using stewed. I like that, and I'm going to use some tomato sauce, but I had a little bit in the fridge left over from something else the other night. I'm just going to add that. Put that in there. And then we'll just kind of incorporate that. They say if you're not making a mess in the kitchen, you're not cooking. I'm making a mess. I've got tomato sauce splashed everywhere. But that's okay. It will be good. I can clean it. I do. My mama taught me well how to clean. So, one thing she taught her boys was how to clean and how to cook. And we can take care of ourselves. She'll tell everybody that her boys had the cleanest houses, which is very true. Just me and my brother, so. Alright, let's see, what do I want to add next? I think I'm going to go ahead and add the 2 cups of, I'm just using elbow. So we're just going to do that. And I'm going to go ahead and kind of get this evened out a little bit. Then I've got some beef broth, which I'm just going to use that. So I can just do it that way. Enough to cover the noodles so you can cook the noodles. Alright. I'm going to put this on here just a little bit. And turn it down to medium so it can simmer. And I'm going to clean up my area and I'll be right back. Hey, I just wanted to ask if you would just take a moment and like the video that you're watching right now. If you would like, you know, share it with your friends and your family. That helps get this out there. I'm trying to be better at making videos. I'm learning. This is fun for me, and I hope it's enjoyable for you to watch and that you get some good recipes out of these. If you're not a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe. Yeah, you see that little notification bell? Go ahead and hit that. And you'll be notified each time I post a video. I am trying to put them out on Sundays at 7. It's working so far. I will keep you posted on that as I go along. But seems like 7 p.m. on Sundays, they seem to do okay. So just be watching for them each week. And I'll be back with you shortly on this recipe. Oh, I wish you could smell how good it smells in here. It smells really good. I think the noodles are almost to their consistency that they're supposed to be. I'll make sure that they're done. Oh, it looks so good. You just see how good that looks. Oh, so good. So let me try a noodle here. Not quite, but they're almost done. Need to go for just a little bit longer, and I'll bring you back. I'm going to go ahead and add an additional item. I forgot to add it earlier, but this really makes it tasty. But I am going to add about 1 packet of your ranch seasoning. So it's about 3 tablespoons. So I'm going to go ahead and add that. I almost forgot all about it. I was wondering why the taste was a little bit, wasn't quite where it needed to be. So I will get this incorporated. Alright, let's give it a try and see where the noodles are and the flavor. The flavor is definitely there. The noodles need to cook just a little bit longer, but they are definitely on, it's definitely on key with the flavor. So I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. Looks like the macaroni has finally got tender and cooked through. Most of the broth has evaporated. And if you need to add more broth while cooking, you can do that too. I had to add a little bit more, but just a splash or two to get it to right where you need to do, or right where you need to be. Okay, so there's one more step to this. Well, actually 2 that you can do. And that is adding cheese and cilantro. So you don't have to add cilantro if you don't want to. If you don't like it that way, don't even add it. You have to have a taste for cilantro. Some people do, some people don't. That is optional, but that's what I'm adding. So I'm gonna grab those items and I'll be right back. All right, I've already added the cilantro. I'm going to turn this down just a little bit, and I'm going to add about a cup of shredded cheese. You can use whatever kind you want. I'm just using the colbyjack, but you can use shredded cheddar. Would be really good with this. And then you just mix it all in. till it's melted. And we are going to give it a try. So, go ahead and put some in there. All right. Go ahead and turn the burner off. Look at this goodness. Oh my goodness, looks so good. I'm gonna remove that. I'm just gonna show you what it looks like. That is so good. I promise you will love this recipe. It's really delicious and the flavors are spot on. Try this recipe. The recipe will be in the description box below. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks. God bless.